What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's daily market recap. In today's episode, I'm going to break down all of my trades from the morning. I'm going to walk you through the stocks I traded, why I thought they had the potential to go higher. I'm going to share with you my entries and my exits. Now, one of the stocks I made quite a bit on this morning was straight off my watch list from... What was that? Oh, this little number? Well, yeah, if you watch my recap on Friday, I already told you I was going to come in Monday morning wearing green. Is this not green? I am a man of my word. See, the thing is, I can't take these kind of risks in this market. Am I superstitious? I wouldn't say superstitious. I'm a little stitious. My concern here is that I'm on a really nice hot streak and I don't want to mess it up. So I said I can't wear anything red, not even pink. See, the thing is pink, it's really just red with a little bit of white. So I said I'm going to wear green today. Total green man outfit. You know what? I'm going to pull back my finger tabs here because we've got a lot to cover. Of course, I had to customize the suit just a little bit because I need to be able to use my fingers on the hotkeys and my trackpad. Let's go ahead and jump onto the whiteboard. No. Let's not do the whiteboard. We will get into the whiteboard, but let's start with a screen share. We've got a lot to cover. So here I am sitting on the day up $12,354.48. That is a great start to the new month. And that was exactly the goal. What did I say in my recap on Sunday? My game plan for the week ahead. I said my goal for Monday is just to break the ice, be defensive, try to get a small green day, not do anything crazy. It's not the time. For me, there's such a psychology around trading of being in a position of strength. And to be in a position of strength, for me, I need to build a cushion. So today was all about building that cushion for the month of March. Now it's just one day. I still have to build the cushion tomorrow and the next day. This first week is really about getting the first green week under my belt for the month. And then once I've got a little confidence, next week, look out. That's where I really start to size up. So as we sit down here and look at the stocks that I trade this morning, the stock that I'm up the most on is ACON, ACON. Now, this stock I also mentioned during my recap on Friday, or my game plan that I uploaded on Sunday morning. I wasn't sure about it. You know, I just felt like, I just don't know if it's going to work. But at the same time, I noted it's a recent reverse split. Obviously, it's a beaten up stock popping up. And sure enough, we got some more action on it this morning. So let's go back to the very first trade of the day. It was on ACON. This was my feeling. I sat down early this morning and I saw BTOG was up at one point, over 700%. This stock went from 20 cents a share all the way up to $2. It's incredible, but it tapped to, and then it pulled back off that level. It really didn't hold this level. So by 7 a.m. when I was sitting down, it was already on its way back down. So now it's back to 59 cents. Now I was a little bit concerned about that being on the scans because I worried that traders were going to start to focus on the next 20-cent stock they could jump on and ride it up 700 or 1,000%, which would kind of screw up momentum for traders like myself that don't really like penny stocks. But fortunately, that wasn't the case. Our second leading gapper was ACON, ACON. I saw it on the scans and I thought, all right, it's obviously up quite a bit. And I saw it at about 6:30. So this is what I was looking at 6:30 sitting down. We'd already had this first pop up, the pullback, the second leg higher, the pullback, and we were kind of right in this area. So coming into 7 a.m., this was no doubt the most obvious stock, and it started to squeeze up, as you could see right here. So I took my first trades on it coming into 7 a.m., and predictably, as we talked about a little bit in yesterday's episode, time of day, we saw that spike of volume coming in right into 7 a.m. So I did get a nice trade on it. My first entry was $6.48, so just under the $0.50. We got the pop up to 670, the pullback, the pop up to 7, the pullback, the pop up to 760. Fantastic. And actually on that move right there, I made about $6,000. But I gave some back. I gave back about half of it right there. So why did I take that trade right there? Well, maybe let's do a little pop quiz. All right, so let's go. I'm going to clear out all my drawing lines. I'm going to remove my indicators, and I'm going to give you a pop quiz. All right, so let's get oriented. Pop quiz. ACON on the scanners, squeezing up. It's got a low float with a recent reverse split, no resistance on the daily chart. So we're looking at the 1-minute chart here. We've got a clean move up, this pop up to 760. It pulls back, it pops up right here. As it's consolidating sideways, is this a place that I should be considering buying? So this is what I would say. There's two reasons why the answer should be no. The first is that the MACD is negative. And that's pretty obvious. MACD is negative. This is not a safe place to take a trade. The second issue is you've got this big topping tail here, which indicates that the stock, yes, popped up, but then reversed. It didn't hold up. And then the third issue actually is right here, a little rejection on that candle, which is red, where it popped up and reversed. So watch this. off of about $7, it pops up and does a nasty rejection right there. So that is an avoidable loss. Focus on the MACD. Sadly, I didn't do that. Sadly, I went ahead and took the trade anyways. Why did I do that? Well, so here was the way I traded it. So do as I say, not as I do. On this one, I took my trade at my starter at 8.84. So I bought this dip right down here. And what I thought was it's basing. So I was like, I'll take a starter down here. And then I added at 7. Even though the MACD was negative, I recognized it was negative, but I also felt like this was the most obvious stock today. And because it was so obvious, I felt like I could override the MACD. That was a mistake. It was a mistake, plain and simple. There's nothing else I can say. It was poor judgment. Look, it was a call that I made, and I thought I'd be right, but I was wrong. So I thought I knew better, was overriding the indicators telling me no, took the trade, and nasty rejection. So I went from up about 6,000 on the day to up about 3,600. All right, so let's get on the whiteboard here. Wait a second, what's going on my whiteboard? Someone turned off my whiteboard camera over the weekend. I don't know who that could have been. It's probably me. I was trying to think about saving power. That was a bad decision. That's not professional. You leave it on. You just always leave it on. All right, so now let's pull up the whiteboard camera. That looks better. All right, so whiteboard camera. So I start the day, let's not use red. I can't have that red near me. In fact, let's just take this red pen. This guy, get it out of here. I don't want to see it. This one, well, you know what? That's close enough to red. Get lost. Get out of here. I don't want to see you. Altoids, a little bit red. Get away from my desk. Throat coat, get away from my desk. Anything else? This book, I do like this book. It's too red. I can't have it near me right now. Let's get back to the whiteboard. So I start the day at 0 like any other day. Because I'm, of course, day trading, not holding anything in from the weekend or from the previous day. And, of course, the first trade carries the risk of going 0, but immediately build a cushion of $3,600 and then scale that up to about $6,500. And then, boop, back down to 3,600. So now I'm like, ooh, okay, that's not great. And, of course, I'm generating fees and commissions the whole time. So now I'm back to about $3,600. At that point, TRNR pops up on my scanner. So TRNR, this was the stock I was watching, and that was on my watch list from Sunday night. So TRNR. So this one, I said, I think it's a possibility that it'll pop at 4 a.m. So let me give you a second pop quiz. All right, pop quiz number 2. You've got a stock here that closed strong on Friday. This was its price action on Friday, closed strong into after hours. And I think there's a possibility that shorts are trapped on this because it keeps pushing higher, even though it doesn't really have a fresh catalyst. What does it do at 4 a.m.? Does it pop or does it drop? Typically, 4 a.m., any traders who miss this in the afternoon session on Friday, because maybe they trade in Europe or in Asia, are going to be jumping on it quickly. What does it happen? 4 a.m., boom, it pops up immediately from 3 to 350. So I expected that. It pulls back, and then all of a sudden coming into about 7:30, it gets another pop up there to 370. It pulls back again, squeezes up again. But we do have this little issue of ascending resistance in this area, and that was something to be really aware of. Okay, so I did take a trade on it nonetheless, the break of VWAP right here, and I locked up $4,500 on TRNR. So now I go from 3,600 on the day up to new high a day, just about 8,000. So I'm like, nice. All right, sweet. Up to 8,000. And then I lost $3,000 on GRRR. So now I'm back to 5,000 on the day. So son of a gun, I cannot get anything to stick. GRRR, this is the stock I lost the most on. I lost $3,000 on it. And so here's the problem with GRRR. It's more expensive. And I knew it going into it, but man, this thing put in a nice squeeze. Had a nice pullback, it keeps going higher. And so finally I broke the ice basically at the high a day. This is like always what happens. These stocks are squeezing on light volume. Finally I break the ice right up here. I take this little micro pullback. It pushes a little higher and then it rejects all the way down and I stopped out down here. So I lost $3,000 on GRRR and I didn't go back for it. I said, you know what, just get out, just let it go. That was stupid. It's too expensive, not a good move. Take the loss, move on. Took the loss, moved on. So I'm at 5,000 on the day. And then at that point, I switched back to ACON. Now ACON, kind of curling back up here, back over VWAP. and I'm trading it right here going into the open. So we got the break on VWAP, a little pullback, another move higher, a little pullback, another move higher. So this gave us a move all the way up to $8. My best exit on ACON, let me scroll up. Best exit was, looks like 760. Not bad. 769 maybe. No, I got one out at 775. One order out. So 775, that was my best exit. So, you know, I did the best I could on it, but it was a little choppy. It was not super, super clean. It squeezed up there, sort of right into the open, and then topped and rejected, halted down, dropped a second time, and went lower. Now, so while I was making money on ACON, I also took a loss on HIT. I took a trade on HIT because it's a recent IPO, and recent IPOs with blue sky, no high, it's basically at all-time highs, can make nice moves. So I took a quick $2,400 loss on that one. The volume was lighter, but it was popping up. And then BTAI was the last stock I traded, and that was a dip and rip on this halt resumption. So right in here, it squeezes up, it halts. It opens higher, dips and rips into a second halt. Opens higher, dips and rips, and I bought the second resumption right there. And we got to squeeze up to just about $6, and then here just over $6. And that's it for me today. So basically, got myself from 5 back up to 11K, and then lost 2,500 on HIT, was at 8,500, and then made that back on BTAI and got myself up to 12K. So that was my day. It wasn't like I went from 0 to 12K in one shot. It wasn't a super clean day. It was a bit choppy, but I kept the losses pretty tight. I made sure not to snowball. And I would say all in all, that's a good start to the month. Really, for me, as I sat down, initially I was like, okay, let's just build that cushion. Let's get green, you know, whatever. Then once I started to have some profit, I was like, okay, here we go, seeing some action. And then immediately once I started giving it back, I was like, okay, slow down. Do not want to start with a big red day. You've got a little profit. Small green days are okay. There's nothing wrong with stopping here at $3,000. But we got a couple more trades, you know, got myself back up to 5, 6, and then another dip down. A little more profit, another dip down. So today was a day where I was never really able to get a lot of momentum and all of a sudden be at $15,000, $18,000, $25,000, $30,000 on the day. We didn't have anything that was quite strong enough. And that's okay. So you know what? Not all days are going to be those big, big, amazing days. Some days are going to be choppy. Some days are going to be red. And today I'm going to be grateful to be sitting here with a nice green day, $12,354.48 to start the new month of March. So I feel good about that. Those of you guys that want to do a 2-week trial here at Warrior Trading, you can be using during your trial this software right here, Day Trade Dash. So this is my the software that we've been building out here for the last, well, since 2017. So for quite a stretch here. So charts, scanners, newsfeed, has my chat room, has my audio video broadcast. So you'll have access to all of that. And then you'll also be able to go through a selection of classes from my Warrior Pro curriculum so you can learn a little bit more about the strategy that I trade every single day. As always, I encourage traders who are doing the trial not to try to just blindly follow me. That's not the idea. This is an interactive classroom when I'm running my broadcast classes in session, and I'm putting the strategies I teach in the classes on display. So you can actually learn in real time and you can hear my market commentary. So this is a great time for you guys to be practicing in the simulator and refining your own skills and developing your own version, essentially, of the momentum strategy that I trade every day. So thank you guys as always for tuning in. Reminder, my results are not typical. Trading is risky, so take it slow. And I hope to see you guys doing that 2-week trial in the chat room bright and early tomorrow. My stream will begin at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard. All right, I'll see you then.